Hello, welcome to my channel. I have not been on YouTube for a few years. I haven't really filmed. One, I didn't have the proper setup, and two, I just didn't have, I don't know, I guess the guts. I posted one video years ago and I just really hated it, but I didn't delete it because I felt like it was part of my growth. And now I'm back and I'm ready to share some tutorials with y'all. So if you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you so much. And if you're a returning subscriber, I love you so much. You really have my heart. So this is today's look. I don't know, I kind of just went with it. This is a cut crease look, which is so funny because my first ever YouTube video was a cut crease, so maybe we can watch and compare the two and see the skill development over the years, right? Okay, so without further ado, thank you for being here and let's get into this video. So I guess we're just gonna get into it. I'm just gonna look for my primer. Well, not look for it, I have it right here. If we want to talk about the skin really quick, this morning I used my by Terry Baume de Rose face mask. This is a beautiful, beautiful mask. It is expensive. I can't remember how much it was. I think it's like $70 something. But it's a beautiful mask, and if you want your skin to look really pretty and glowy, not sponsored, this is just my own recommendation. If they ever sponsored me, I'd probably cry. That'd be beautiful. Okay, anyway, so for primer, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Milk Makeup blur stick. Let me take out my nose ring. Actually, I really hate my nose ring in while I'm doing my makeup. I feel so weird filming for YouTube. Is that funny to say? Like, I haven't dedicated time to film for YouTube in a long time, which I really missed. I love like creating and just, you know, putting really cute looks together, but you know, life gets in the way, things happen. We're back, hopefully for a while, maybe. I'm just gonna blend in my primer. So I told her, you know, just in the meantime, I would rather be matched to like a drugstore foundation until they get more stock of mine. And she said, sure, that's fine, not a problem. And she matched me to a Fit Me foundation that was way too golden for me. And I kind of just looked at her like, I don't think that's my shade. And I was just, you know, telling her like, I think that's just a little bit too dark for me. Like, I can't really work with that. She was like, no, it just looks different because we're in, you know, fluorescent lighting, but when you take it home and put it on, it's gonna look better. So I said, okay. Y'all, when I came home and put that thing on, it was so dark for me. Like, so dark for me. And like, usually I can work with certain tones, but oh my god. I was really horrified because it was way too dark for me. Way too dark. So I took it back, and of course I wasn't wearing makeup again this time. So she ended up being the person who returned it for me, and she goes, oh, what's the reason for return? And I'm like, this is not my shade, like, at all. And she looks at it and she looks at me and she's like, oh my god, who matched you to this? And I was like, you, girl. And she said, no, that couldn't have been me. I said, yes, it could have. It was you. And you know, whatever, I'm not trying to be rude. I don't want to be that person that's rude, but I was kind of annoyed because I told her several times like it looked like it just wasn't my shade at all, and that I wouldn't be able to work with it. And she kind of just made me feel like I don't know anything about makeup, which is obviously a joke. Anyways, so yeah, I returned it and I got more of my Cover FX foundation, which I adore. It looks really yellow for some reason on the camera. It's actually not in person. I don't know, maybe the lighting is causing it to look like that. Oh, and this is a Morphe M444 brush. I love how dense it is because I can just kind of get the product where I need it to be. And then I just blend it out. This is a Hip Dot sponge. I don't know anything else about it other than that. It's a really good sponge though. I really like it. I'm gonna need to buy some more. I actually got this in my BoxyCharm box probably like, I don't even know how many months ago. Okay, so foundation is on. I don't usually put foundation around my eyes because I conceal, and I usually try to blend around my neck too. Okay, we're blended. So next thing that I'm gonna do is grab my concealer. Can't find her. I'm back from the nightmare that I was just living. Okay, so I found my concealer. This is the Born This Way in the shade Natural Beige. I really enjoy this concealer. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't like it, but I do. And it's pretty full coverage, which I feel like I need. You might not be able to see it in this light, but in natural lighting, I need it. And I like to carve under my eyebrows with it. I just carve them out. And it just makes it easier when I'm filling in my brows. I feel like in the last couple of years to now, filming this video, so much has happened. I don't even know like where to start. So I'm just gonna talk about it. I graduated from college. I have a BA in psych, and right now I'm doing my master's degree in school psych. And I'm kind of in hell, but in a good way. Grad school is probably the most humbling experience I've ever had. It's very hard. So this is the Cosmetics liquid blush. I mixed two shades together, Venetian Rose and Rose Milk, and that's how I get like my perfect rosy hue. I just mix them on the back of my hand, and then I'll just apply them with my same foundation brush, because I wash my foundation brush like every week, every day, not every week. And then I do that, and I put some on my nose, and I also contour a little bit. This is the Girl Pro Conceal. This shade is a little too dark for me. This is beautifully bronzed, so I just take whatever is like excess on the applicator and I kind of just apply that there, and that's it. And that just, I think, defines my my cheeks a little more. But anyways, yeah, so I'm in grad school right now. I'm on my winter break. Paper towel. So I'm on winter break. I'm just not having a good time. I really love school though. I love going to school. I love learning. The only thing is that it's hard. You know, I'm also working full time, and I'm having to balance that and school at night. It is hard, and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, because I'm not. You know, I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I have. It's, you know, I would just like to sleep a little more. I got a hair on my face somewhere and it's tickling me, so I'm just pulling it off. It's always like a fuzzy that does that, and it's still there, so there it is. Okay, got it. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And then for 2021, I set some thick goals for myself, like spiritually and mentally and physically. One of my really good friends is getting married this summer, and I, you know, really want to look nice for her wedding. So I've been doing this 8-week challenge by Workouts by Katya. It starts actually tomorrow, but I already got week 1 sent to me, so I just kind of have been referencing it a little bit in my workouts, and I'm sore, but in a good way. And I just wanted to lose some weight and just be my best self. And you can see my bags right now, and it's kind of making me crazy. So I'm gonna go in with another layer of concealer, and I just kind of just do that with it. I don't want it to be like super cakey, but this is a different concealer actually. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Sand. And I just use this to just brighten my under eyes because I really feel like I need that. And it kind of provides that snatch that I'm looking for. Do you see this? Snatched? Not snatched. And then I'll just set it and get on with the rest of my face. But anyways, so yeah, those were my goals. And then I also set the goal of honoring my boundaries. So I've set a number of boundaries for myself over the years that I've just never really followed because I felt pressured by people, or you know, people that I might have been talking to or dating, to kind of put those boundaries on the back burner, and that's not cool. You should honor your boundaries always. Never let someone make you feel less about wanting to honor your boundaries. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this. Let me just grab my powder. This is the Pound Cake powder by Huda Beauty. Ooh, it's a little dirty. I actually really like her powders. I'm kind of running low on it, but I use 2 powders anyways for my face, so it'll be fine. So I'm just gonna blend out any creasing that's happening. And then I take one of my lovely brushes. I just need to find it. She's hiding. Here we are. This is I have no idea what this brush is. There's no name on it. I just use it and just kind of set my under eye. And I also set my eyebrows. I have powder in my hair. So, what is everyone's goals for 2021? Even if it's not just for 2021, what are your goals in general? I've always wanted to talk about that with people, you know, like what is it that you're wanting to see happen for you in the new year? And I don't really want my face to look dry, but I do like to just lightly tap some powder. Oh, this brush is still a little wet. It's fine. Just around my T-zone. This brush is still a little wet, so I don't want to use that. Okay, I'm gonna use this one. This is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH11 brush. I'm just gonna tap some powder along my forehead, my chin, and whatever is excess, I'll just put on my cheeks. And under my chin, just to make sure everything is nice and set. And then I bake with the Morphe powder. This is the Bake and Set powder in the shade Banana, which I like for under my eyes. because I don't want my under eyes to look too white and pronounced. I don't want to be flashback Mary, you know? And I just get a good amount under there, bake under my eyes. Ooh. And I also bake the sides of my nose and my nose because I'm just so oily. My nose tends to get oily. The sides of my nose will crease. I also bake around my lip area and my chin, like this area, because my lip curves, my bottom lip curves this way, and it kind of just interferes a little bit. And I also have a little bit of a chubby chin, you know, so that happens, and then here we are. So yeah, I'm just, I think, in a better place, in a much better space overall to make my videos and sit down and take that time to do it right now, especially because I'm on break from school. I have no idea what's gonna happen when I go back. I want to be consistent, I do. I just need to figure out the timing and a schedule. I don't like to let my nose bake very long because I don't want it to look insane, so I'm literally just wiping it off already. There we go. Alright, so for brows, I'm gonna start my brows. I'm just looking for my brush. Okay, so this is a Morphe brush. This, I literally got this in like a random brush set that I ordered, and I'm using the Anastasia pomade, the dip brow. This is in the shade dark brown. So yeah, I have kind of like no brows. It's taken me a few years to grow my brows back after they were completely sabotaged by my threading lady in 2013. We are now in 2021, so you can imagine the nightmare that was. And this is, I guess, the fullest they'll ever be. So I'm just gonna brush them out just to follow the shape. I don't really have a specific way of filling in my brows other than I just kind of follow the shape, and then I will always fix what needs to be fixed after. Has anyone watched Ariana's concert on YouTube? I really felt like I was there and I was crying. Let me zoom you guys in a little. Ooh, I can't zoom. I'll try to zoom, hold on. So this is how I'm just gonna fill in my brows. I love a clean brush. Did a piece of my brow just fall off? I saw this thing on Twitter where people are saying not to use the dip brow pomade because it's making their brows thin out or fall out. Is that true? Does anyone know anything about that? Because I've been using this religiously since like 2014 maybe, and I love this. And it really is perfect for my brow type because I love, like, just look at the difference. Right, I know it looks a little harsh right now, but like the pomade is still a little wet and I need to brush it out. It'll look better. But I was watching Ari's concert and I just, oh, I love her so much. I wish that I could have gone to her concerts before, but I was a broke college student during the senior tour, I believe. So there was no way that I was gonna be able to afford tickets. And how would I have gone? Either way, I'm still really happy for her. I'm a huge Ari fan, by the way. And Positions is like one of my favorite albums. I would blast it right now, but I don't want to be copyrighted in my video. Don't mind me, I'm just focusing on my brows. So yeah, that's what I do. I usually will fill out the shape first, and then I will fill out the front. I usually just kind of use residual pomade, like just brush it forward. I don't really like to put so much product on the fronts of my eyebrows because then it'll just look too harsh. But I do fill them in a little bit. Oh, see, too much came out there. But that's okay because I just brush them out and then it'll look better. I'm really looking like I'm having a bald spot in this camera, and that's not the case. It's just I don't really have much hair there, so I have to fill it in. Don't mind me. One thing that I've noticed through this journey of wanting to finally start making my makeup videos that, you know, some people have been asking for is that I have not really received some of the support that I had anticipated, especially from people who call themselves my friend. I don't know what the tea is on that, but people who have called themselves my friend, not everybody, only a few. I've noted it though. They have not been supportive in my journey, which is okay. I mean, whatever, not everybody wants to be supportive, but if you're my friend, I would expect that you would be supportive of me, right? I guess not. But that's okay. One thing that I've learned is, you know, not everybody is happy for you, and not everybody wants to see you shine. As long as you're okay with that and you're moving forward in your life, you'll be all right. You know, you don't have to have the support of everybody to be successful. And that's one thing that I remind myself of when I start to feel down and think about these things. Okay, so brows, they're looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and set them with my Essence Lash and Brow Clear Gel. Well, it's clear mascara, but clear gel. I don't use it on my lashes, I just use it on my brows to set them in place. I've always wanted to try that silk brow thing that everybody does, but I don't even know how that would work for me because I truly do not have the eyebrows for that. I don't think my eyebrows are thick enough for that, you know? We're just doing the best that we can with what we have. So for eyes, I kind of wanted to experiment today. Let me just grab my stuff. So I'm gonna use two palettes today. The Makeup by Mario, which is actually one of my favorite palettes. If you're debating on getting it, get it. This is like a staple for your matte shadows and your transition shades. It is a little dirty, so don't judge me. I kind of use it every day. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I'm gonna go in with my Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette because I want this really pretty shade here called Dubai. If you can see it, right? So it's like a golden, sort of like green, opal-y kind of color. I have no idea how to describe it, but I totally just dug my nail into it by accident. It's fine. It's my palette, so. I have only really used the matte shadows in this palette and not the shimmers, so we're gonna go ahead and try it. I kind of don't know what look I'm going for today, so I guess we're just gonna go through my brushes and pick up some things and see how I'm feeling. So this is another regular Morphe brush that came in one of their brush kits that I bought. I'm just gonna pick up one of the matte shadows from the Makeup by Mario palette. It's like this kind of white shade right there. It's gonna go all over the eyelid. I didn't bother to prime because, I mean, why do I need to prime? I'm literally not going anywhere after this. I'm probably gonna just go upstairs and eat with my family and then take my makeup off and shower and go to bed. Because that's what I do on the weekends. And also, you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I'm really not interested in going anywhere. Just saying. How's everyone doing, you know, with everything going on? I hope everyone is staying safe. Truly, I do. Alright, so let me grab. I'm gonna pick up this sort of brown right there. And I'm just gonna throw that. Ooh, in the crease. I think I'm in the mood for a cut crease today. But I guess we'll see. I love a good cut crease. It does take a little while to do, but I still love a good cut crease. I think when I first started doing cut creases, it was probably the most painful experience of my life. Not physically painful, but like mentally and emotionally painful, because I actually kind of sucked at makeup at first. And I always like wanted to learn how to do my makeup nicely. And I mean, even then, I don't like toot my horn now. But I definitely am much better now than I used to be. Okay, so I got distracted, so I'm just cutting my crease right now with my concealer. And this always takes me a few minutes, so I'm just gonna speed on by. So I do not like a thick, you know, layer of concealer where I've cut my crease, so I literally just use a little bit, and then I'm just gonna blend down the concealer a little bit into my eyelid, and then I'm gonna place some shadow over it. I'm feeling like, I know cut creases can be difficult, but they're so pretty, and it just takes practice, honestly. It really just takes practice and a little bit more of a skilled hand. And I don't want to hear anybody be like, well, my hands are shaky. Girl, I have arthritis. I have arthritis, okay? So I feel you. My hands are shaky too. I just want to get a little bit more brown from the Makeup by Mario palette. That same brown shade I was using before. I just want to lightly darken up that crease a little bit more. I don't want it to be too dark because I'm feeling like putting the ovalish kind of color there. Not ovalish, opal-ish. It's like, I don't know what, I have no idea what to describe that color as. But whatever the color is, it's gonna go there. And I'm just gonna take a flat brush. If I can find one, here we go. This is a smudger brush, but it's a flat brush, so that's all I need. And I'm gonna go onto my eyelid with that white shade that I had before, just to set the concealer. And I'm just gonna follow where I cut. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I just played around, did my cut crease, brown gel liner. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side and come back for lashes. So I'm just finishing my liner on this side. This is a brown gel liner. I believe this is from Covergirl, actually. It's a pencil liner, but I hate using pencil liners, so I just use it on a brush. And I feel like that gives me way more precision. So I decided I wanted some liner on my lower lash line, so I added some. And I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off my powder and then start smoking this out. So I'm gonna get a nice angled brush. It doesn't have to be an angled brush actually. I'm using this super flat brush, and I'm just gonna grab some of that liner to smoke out, and I'm gonna just do that. See? Open my eyes super big. And just do this with it. And now I've just created something super easy and pretty. So I'm gonna do the same with the opposite eye. So I went ahead and did mascara, and I'm gonna put my lashes on soon. But first, we're gonna bronze. This is the Beaute Bronze in Paradise palette. It's a little too dark for me right now because I'm not that tan yet. So I just go between the first two shades. And then in the summer, I can usually use the third shade. So I usually just mix both right now. It looks like it's showing up so much more on the camera, but it's really not. In person, it's not that bronzy in person. It's more of a controlled bronze, I should say. I like to bronze my forehead because, as Kim Kardashian says, I like a short forehead. I just think it's so cute. And then same thing with the other cheek. And I like to just take a little bit on the sides of my nose to contour just a little. And then under my jawline, even though Miss Patty is still visible, so I can't really get much help for that until I lose weight or get Kybella, or both. Just kidding. My lips are really dry, so I just put on some of the Jouer Essential Lip Enhancer. It's beautiful. It really is. I love it. And I like blush, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab my pretty Vulgar Nesting Bitch Face. I should have played that word. Nesting Bee Face palette. And just get the blush. And I like to blush upwards, if it makes sense. I don't know how to describe that. Just upwards. And for highlighter, I'm doing the Dusty and Katie Dose of Colors Fuego highlighter. Mine broke and I need to fix it, but I'm chronically lazy, so I'm not gonna fix it. I mean, come on. Just a little bit on the nose bridge. One more time for you. That's stunning. And I like a little bit of glow on my forehead, so when I turn this way you can see the glow. I'm just gonna blend that in a little more. It's a little crazy. In the camera it looks a little crazy, but in person it doesn't. Alright, now it's time to put on lashes, and then I will be back with the final look and lips. So this is the final look. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below what looks you want to see. I am going to be trying to post more consistently now that I have the proper setup for things. So let me know what you think, guys. Okay, that's enough posing. Bye.